They're not there waiting for us. We're actually going toward them, but we're carrying them with us. But you see, the problem is if we think that we can find them just by sitting still, we can't. This is what people like Geoffrey Chaucer and Constantine Cavafy and even the author of the letter to the Hebrews understood. You must go looking outside yourself to discover yourself. You cannot just sit in one place and find everything. You actually have to go and look for it elsewhere. This is important. So a destination is important. It's really important. Because if you don't have a reason to go out, you'll just end up wandering. And wandering is lovely. It's the sauntering. Remember, that's nice. I like sauntering. But you can get lost in the bushes, walking in circles. And people will say, whatever happened to Bob? He went away. Well, he's sauntering out there somewhere. He got lost. And we can't always be in flight. Whatever happened to Fred? Well, he ran off. Have no idea where he landed. Do you see? As attractive and as automatic as the saunter is, or as axiomatic as the flight is, you just end up lost. You have to go somewhere. You have to be on your way. Because you see, the destination is part of the journey. Someone once said that when you have no place to go, any road will get you there. I worry that liberal religion makes that choice implicitly every week, that we're content just to wander around, enjoying the fruits of our freedom and the blessings of our freedom. I think we have to go more. I think we have to go beyond that. I think we have to look for something more than more. The ancient prophet, I think it was Amos, asked, or maybe it was Hosea. I didn't look it up. I'm doing this from memory here. Ancient prophet asked, can two walk together unless they be agreed? Yeah, they can. But they don't have to agree on everything, just where they're going and for how far. And I think that's a model for us as a church. We may not have ultimate destinations in mind. You may have your destination, yours, and yours, but we can agree on some destinations that, like the pilgrims going to Canterbury, bring them together temporarily as they make their way down the road. This is what I believe trust, faith is. Faith that there is a destination worth seeking. Trust in the other person going along with you. Confidence that the people with you will help you get there. Keep Ithaca always on your mind, says Cavafy. Arriving there is what you're destined for, but don't hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so you're old by the time you reach it, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca itself to make you rich. Do you catch the point here? Have a destination, but use it as a way to collect your life along the way. I fear too many people in their lives when they go to churches or houses of worship expect that when they get to the church they will have arrived and they don't need it. Everything they want will be right there. All their hope, all their faith, all their love, all their joy will be right there in the church. And sure enough, I spoke with a woman just yesterday who visited Jerry Falwell's church in Lynchburg, Virginia. I should point out she's not a Christian, so she was there more out of curiosity than out of conviction. But she said it was impressive. The lights, the cameras, the presentation, the singers were all first class, and all the speakers were so poised and effective. It was very exciting. And I had an insight at just that moment. There are millions of people going to churches like that right now because they think that what they're getting right there, watching it up on the stage, is what their life is about. And here I am standing in a great big hall saying, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's all about you. It's always all about you. It's all about all of us being on the way, being a mess, trying to get from here to there, stumbling along, not knowing, but trying to get one more step closer than we were yesterday. There's no glamour in that whatsoever. People will not flock to us. I guarantee that I will never fill this house with that message. But you know it's the truth. You know in your heart of hearts that we are not here because this is where you belong. This is here because you are where you belong. Do you get the difference? You don't belong. You don't come here to get. You come, this church exists to give you your life, to put you back in the world. Because we do have a destination, friends. The spirituality we're about has a mission. The mission of freeing minds, of growing souls, of changing the world. And none of that happens right here. All of it happens out there. And I want you to remember this is the destination, the destiny of our faith. And you have to, absolutely have to, believe it is worth living for. So while this is not the most important thing that you do every week, it is essential to what else you do every week. It is the momentary destination. You come here every week to say, oh yeah, that's why I'm alive. Isn't that the way it is? You come here and say, of course, I should be more faithful. And I can. So your weekly destination reminds you of your lifetime destination. You come here to be reminded to keep going. Because you see, if you don't believe there's anything new to know, if you don't believe you have any more wisdom to acquire, if you believe the world is just fine the way it is, you should probably leave. Because you already know everything that I have to offer and everything that everybody else has to offer. But you have to believe, friends. This is what faith is. People say faith is believing in certain doctrines. It's not. It's believing that life is worth living and that there is more out there that you and I can find and do to make it a better life. But you have to believe it's worth doing or you won't do it at all. You never start a journey unless you believe the destination is worth going to, but you always discover at the end of the journey that it was the journey itself that gave you what you were seeking. Right? We all know that. Thanksgiving, coming up this week. It's all about gratitude. The Pilgrim Church, like ours, is all about gratitude. Meister Eckhart said, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, it's enough. And he's right. Because when you're on pilgrimage, you're always looking for more than you have, more than you know. Gratitude always tells us there is more out there than we are. There is more than what I have. There's more than what I want. There's just more. And gratitude points us with love toward that world out there. Ithaca gave you a marvelous journey, says Cavafy. Without her, you wouldn't have set out. You would have stayed at home. She has nothing left to give you now. And if you find her poor, Ithaca won't have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you will have understood by then what Ithaca means. Another man said, choose something like a star. That's what I'm telling you today. Be grateful that when you stand outside, there is a sky full of stars and you can pick one of them and say, I'm going after that one. Will you get there? Not a chance. Will it be worth going? Absolutely. Your Ithaca beckons. Rejoice and be glad. Amen.